Welcome back to our channel on this absolutely beautiful day. We are always so thrilled to have you join us for a little escape into the world of Port Charles. Grab a comfortable seat and your favorite warm cup of tea, because we have some truly spectacular things to talk about today. The upcoming weeks are packed with surprises, and we cannot wait to dive right into all this drama with you. Oh my goodness, let me just tell you, looking at what is coming down the pike for General Hospital between July 13th and the 24th, my heart is just doing flip-flops. I have been sitting here going over these upcoming moments, and I just had to share all my thoughts with you. We are heading straight into some of the most dramatic, tear-jerking, and downright shocking days we have seen in a good long while. I mean, we are talking about the monumental 16,000th episode of this beloved show. Can you even wrap your mind around that number? It is a milestone that brings so much history, so much love, and of course, a whole lot of that classic daytime drama we just cannot get enough of. I feel like we are about to witness television history, and I am just tickled pink to talk through every detail with you right now. First and foremost, we absolutely have to talk about the man, the myth, the legend himself, Jason Morgan. During that first week, our dear Jason is finally going to be released and will make his long-awaited journey back home to Port Charles. I tell you what, just the thought of him stepping foot back in town gives me goosebumps. But this is not the same Jason we have watched for decades. The time he spent in captivity has truly changed him from the inside out. I think anyone who goes through such a harrowing ordeal would come out the other side looking at life through a completely different lens. He has had time to reflect and realize what truly matters in this short life of ours. Because of this profound change, Jason is going to make a decision that will shake the very foundation of Port Charles. He wants to step away from the dangerous underworld and focus entirely on his family. I just want to stand up and cheer for him. After giving so much of his life to the mob, he deserves to find some peace and quiet with the people he loves. But you and I both know that leaving that life is never as simple as walking out the front door. Jason is going to reunite with familiar faces, but he is going to find himself deeply worried about Sonny Corinthos and the trust Sonny is placing in Rick Lansing. Whenever Rick is in the picture, my warning bells start ringing loud and clear. Sonny, stubborn as a mule, is going to defend Rick and insist Jason needs to get along with him. I know this will cause a massive rift, and my heart aches for the brotherhood they once shared. And speaking of Sonny being stubborn, goodness gracious, that man just cannot help himself when it comes to Carly Spencer. Carly is going to put her foot down, plain and simple. She is going to look Sonny right in the eye and tell him to back off and let her make her own choices when it comes to her love life. Good for her, I say. A woman needs to stand her ground. But does Sonny listen? Of course not. Instead of respecting her wishes, Sonny is going to reach out to his trusty associate Brick to help him sabotage Carly's budding romance with Valentine Cassadine. It is like watching a dog with a bone. He just will not let anyone else have it. I feel frustrated for Carly, having to constantly look over her shoulder because her ex-husband refuses to let her move on and find her own happiness. Now, Valentine is going to have his hands full, and not just with Sonny's meddling. He is starting to get this nagging suspicion that something is terribly wrong with Anna Devane. And oh, honey, he is absolutely right. Bless her heart, Anna is walking down a terribly dark and lonely road right now. She is keeping a massive, terrifying secret. She is having vivid hallucinations of Peter August. Just the mention of Peter's name sends shivers down my spine, considering all the pain and destruction he caused. These visions are going to push Anna down a path of destructive revenge. I am deeply worried for her soul. You can feel the burden she is carrying, trying to maintain her strong exterior while crumbling inside. I only hope Valentine can figure it out before she does something she can never take back. Let us take a little stroll over to the hospital corridors, because that historic 16,000th episode is bringing us a brand new face to swoon over. We are going to be introduced to a highly promising new surgeon named Dr. Tristan Roberts. A new doctor in town always stirs the pot, and Tristan is going to cross paths with none other than our fiery Britt Westbourne. Their first encounter is going to be incredibly tense, turning them into instant enemies. But you know how these things go in Port Charles. When the sparks fly that fiercely out of anger, it usually means there is a whole lot of passion simmering just beneath the surface. I have a sneaking suspicion the writers might be setting the stage for a sweeping romance, and I am entirely here for it. Britt deserves someone to keep her on her toes. Over in the boardroom, the tension is going to be thick enough to cut with a butter knife. It looks like Willow Kane is gearing up to secure a seat on the hospital's board of directors, and let me tell you, that is going to ruffle some major feathers. Specifically, Tracy Quartermaine is going to be absolutely furious. We all know Tracy has a temper hotter than a summer barbecue, and she does not take kindly to anyone she feels has not earned their stripes stepping into a position of power. I can picture the glaring looks exchanged across that table. It will be a battle of generations, and I am curious to see if Sweet Willow has the backbone to stand up to a force of nature like Tracy. But Willow has much bigger, darker problems brewing right in her own backyard. Kai Taylor is going to make a shocking realization. Drew Kane is actually recovering and might soon be able to move around again. Now, instead of this being happy news, it turns into a nightmare. Kai is absolutely terrified that Willow might try to silence Drew permanently to keep him from talking. I had to read that twice when I first saw it. The idea that Willow could be pushed to such a wicked extreme is heartbreaking. It makes me wonder how much pressure a person can take before losing sight of who they are. I am praying Kai can intervene before a tragedy happens. Let us take a breath and look at something a little more romantic, shall we? Nina Reeves and Jack Brennan are going to be spending quite a bit of time together, planning out some strategic moves. I have always felt that Nina has such a big, vulnerable heart, and she has been hurt so many times by people she trusted. But in these coming weeks, she is going to start looking at Brennan as her true confidant. As they put their heads together, that emotional wall is going to tumble down. They are growing closer, inching toward a genuine romance. Nina deserves a man who will stand by her side and treat her like a queen, and Brennan might just be the perfect fit for her right now. Hold on to your hats, because the drama is going to reach a boiling point over at Portia Robinson's house. Jordan Ashford is going to drop by for a visit, and given their incredibly complicated history, you just know it is not going to be a simple chat over coffee. They are going to have a deeply emotional, likely very heated confrontation. And wouldn't you know it, the stress of this argument is going to send Portia straight into labor. I can just picture the sheer panic in that room. All their past hurts will be shoved aside. Jordan is going to have to step up, whether helping deliver the baby right there or rushing Portia to the hospital. It is a beautiful, chaotic moment where life forces you to put aside differences for a miracle. Amidst all this heavy, heart-pounding drama, we are going to get a lovely little ray of sunshine from the younger crowd. Trina Robinson and Giovanni Palmieri, our sweet Gio, are going to be reaping the rewards of their hard work. After putting on a beautiful joint performance, they are going to start receiving multiple offers to collaborate on new musical projects. I am so proud of Trina. That young woman has faced so much heartache, so seeing her find joy in her art warms my soul. It is a reminder that hard work and passion still count for something. But the sunshine never lasts quite long enough, does it? Cody Bell is going to find himself in the terrible position of having to break some devastating news to young James West. He has to tell the boy that Cassius Faison, the man he knew as the fake Nathan West, has passed away. As if that is not hard enough, James is going to learn the harsh truth that this man was actually his uncle and that Cassius was mixed up in some truly awful, dark deeds. My heart just breaks for that child. Discovering someone you cared about was living a lie is a heavy burden. James is going to lash out in anger and fall into denial. And the kicker? Cassius is secretly still alive. The poor boy is mourning a man who is still breathing. Oh, the tangled webs they weave. To wrap up this incredible 2-week whirlwind, we are going to see some fresh faces stepping into familiar shoes and some young ones getting into serious hot water. As July rolls on, we are going to welcome Caden Brenna Tokarski, who will be debuting as a rapidly aged adult version of Scout Quartermaine. It always throws me for a loop when the kids grow up overnight, but I cannot wait to see what kind of fiery spirit she brings to the Quartermaine legacy. We are also going to see the return of Serena Baldwin, played by Kelly Kruger, which is sure to stir up nostalgic memories. But on a serious note, poor Rocco Falconeri is going to face severe consequences regarding his role in the shooting of Ross Cullum. I just want to wrap that boy in a hug. But in Port Charles, actions have heavy consequences. Mark my words, these next few weeks will be a roller coaster, and I will be right here waiting to experience it with you.